about 2 days marks the anniversary of the fall of Saigon. Me being of Vietnamese heritage, my biological parents immigrated to America because of the war, or so I believe. A little bit more about myself and about the piece I'm going to do. This piece is called I'm Not Vietnamese, which is written and originally performed by Jenny Lee. And pretty much I identified with this piece because I ended up being adopted when about 13 years old, and kind of reflecting back on my heritage, living with my biological family for the first 13 years of my life, I realized there's a lot of my heritage that I missed out on. And so this is sort of kind of a tribute to finding my Vietnamese identity. So I am not Vietnamese. I am not Vietnamese. Words pierced so deep, I swear they could have been bullet holes, but I underestimated the resilience embedded in your soul. I am now struggling to speak words that used to be so simple to me. My native tongue has become so foreign to me. Mother, you are so foreign to me. I am a product of my own bitter resentment because of your high expectations of me. You have given birth to the rebellious spirit that resides in me, that fights you oh so resiliently. Teenage angst and me biting my tongue out of spite, doing what you didn't want me to do, was the only way I knew how to have my revenge on you. But in turn, I have only hurt myself. But with the battlefield dressed as a kitchen, English was my ammunition. I am not Vietnamese. Those 4 words echoing so resiliently like high-pitched screams shattering shards of glass. And I wonder, Mother, did the volume of my rebellion pass the test of your shattering heart? Your eyes burned red onto my yellow flag skin, and from then on, it was like a journey from the fall. Because in that moment, you let me fall out of your arms, and I was falling fast, tumbling and journeying away from the motherland, only to find myself lost and stranded in complete hopelessness, surrounded by white empty space, floating on an ocean of my tears heading towards white American waves. I am not Vietnamese, as I found myself speaking in foreign tongues that were not of my own, camouflaging myself in different ethnic groups, easily being called Chinese, Panay, and Hangul. I could tell you the history of the Philippines, but I couldn't tell you what one word in Vietnamese means. There was a time when I resented the Chinese, even though it is a part of me, because I thought how parents who are half always taught their children Chinese over Vietnamese. And when I learned that Vietnam was under Chinese rules for thousands of years, destroying documents about our history just so we couldn't learn about our ancestry, I took a look at myself and I realized I am a product of my people's oppression, manufactured by the resentment marinating within the core of my being towards a mother who only wanted me to follow traditional ways. But instead, I strayed. I was ashamed because they were far from American ways. I am not Vietnamese because receiving red envelopes and saying "Chick Mon Nam Moi" is only a cover-up to cover up the green. Because there's more than receiving the greens. You are not Vietnamese because your family owns a karaoke machine and a shelf full of Asia and Paris by Night DVDs. You are not Vietnamese just because you can speak and understand the language, and as much as you want to claim yourself as being Vietnamese because of how many times you have to stuff your face with banh mi, Viet Nong, pho, and sriracha, well then, you're as Vietnamese as I am Korean from all the Korean food I eat. Being Vietnamese has nothing to do with material things, because our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts and uncles, grandfathers and grandmothers rode in boats with barely anything on their backs. The only thing they had was a resilience burning in their hearts, the mindset that carried them on to the tradition that they can now pass down to us. My mother never really told me stories of where I came from. And so I would scream, I am not Vietnamese! And I now recite those words ashamed as I see the images of my grandfather that I never knew, fighting a war that should have never came, locked in a box of cement, starved until he was near death. As I see brothers and fathers lying in battlefields, mutilated and decapitated, bodies severed from his head, little brother telling older sister, I'm hungry. So she said, here, have my rations instead. I am not Vietnamese. As they pull him away, dragging him, he's blinded from head to toe to hang him by the post, as they rip off her clothes, doing things that you would never want to know. City streets flooding in fear, babies all in tears, humanity lost in the eye of the war. I am not Vietnamese. As I see my mother escaping from imprisoned rape, traveling to America for her children's sake, escaping flying bullets and hand grenades, thousands of lives fought to save mine. Con xin lỗi má, con sẽ không nói gì nữa. Má cậu nói cho con nghe, con can truyền cho con nghe. Bởi vì con biết, má bởi vì con biết, con xin lỗi má, con tê la nhân tông, con nói nên Việt Nam. I'm sorry, Mother. I'll not say that again. Try to tell us stories to your children if you didn't have any children to tell them to. Because I did not know, but now I understand. I'm sorry, Mother. My name is Minh Tam. I am Vietnamese.